Maya, I counted at least 3 new models that shipped in the last 48 hours. My inbox is on fire.
Pick a lane, Marcus, because one of them is a genuinely big swing from Google DeepMind.
Gemma 4, 12 billion parameters, and they're calling it Encoder-Free. Translation for the rest of us?
So DeepMind just dropped Gemma 412B, a unified multimodal model. The headline word is unified, Marcus. Text, images, the lot, handled in one architecture with no separate encoder bolted on the front.
And encoder-free matters because? Give me the why, not the diagram.
Because traditionally, a multimodal model has a separate piece that turns images into something the model understands. Cut that out, and you get a simpler, more efficient model that's easier to run and fine-tune. For developers, simpler usually means cheaper and faster.
Here's my skeptic flag, though. 12 billion parameters is small by frontier standards. DeepMind's own post is selling elegance, not raw muscle. We don't have independent benchmarks yet on how it stacks against the big models.
Totally fair. Gemma is the open-weight family, so this is aimed at people who want to run it themselves, not chase the top of a leaderboard. Promising design, proof, comes when the community tests it.
Speaking of DeepMind on a tear, they also pushed Gemini 3.5 Live Translate. Maya, this one's actually fun.
This is the one that made me go, ooh, out loud. Gemini 3.5. Live Translate does near real-time natural-sounding voice translation, and it's rolling into Google Translate, Google AI Studio, and Google Meet.
So a live meeting where you speak English and someone hears Spanish, basically as you talk.
That's the pitch. Fluid and natural, not the robotic walkie-talkie delay we're used to. If you've ever been on a cross-border call and felt the awkward pause, this is the fix they're promising.
And the caveat, near real-time is doing some lifting in that sentence. There's a related Hugging Face benchmark out this week, showing frontier speech recognition still struggles with code switching, where people mix 2 languages mid-sentence. That's exactly where translation tends to fall apart.
Right? The bilingual customer who flips between languages in one breath is the hard mode. So great for clean back and forth. Watch it on messier real-world speech.
Now the one I did not see coming. Anthropic shipped Claude Fable 5, and apparently it builds video games at the click of a button.
According to TechCrunch, Fable 5 makes, and I quote them, weirdly fun video games. The vibe coder crowd is going to eat it up. You describe a game, it generates something playable.
Weirdly fun is a low bar and an honest one. I'd want to know how deep these games actually go before anyone calls it the future of game dev. The coverage is early and vibes forward.
And meanwhile, Anthropic's getting heat from a different direction. Microsoft's AI chief called it, his word, really, really dangerous, that Anthropic speculates about Claude being conscious inside its instructions.
That's Mustafa Suleyman on the Decoder podcast. And notably, he also walked back his earlier line about AI automating white-collar jobs, lawyers, accountants, project managers. Now he says he meant AI helps them with tasks, not replaces them.
Which is a pretty big walk back, Marcus. The why it matters here, the guy running Microsoft AI is publicly drawing lines around hype, both about consciousness and about job loss.
The caveat being these are podcast comments, not policy. But when one lab's chief is poking another lab's framing, that tells you the consciousness talk is getting taken seriously enough to argue about.
And quietly, under all this drama, there's a money story. TechCrunch asks whether tech companies can learn to love cheaper models. If smaller models do the same work, the whole economics of AI shifts.
Which loops right back to Gemma 4 being small on purpose. So what do we watch next, Maya?
Independent benchmarks on Gemma 4 and whether Live Translate survives messy bilingual speech in the wild. That's the test that matters.
That's the AI beat. Models shipping faster than we can read the release notes.
So subscribe and let us read them for you. See you tomorrow, Marcus.